Oh my God. I can't believe how crunchy this is. It tastes like bread, it looks like bread, and it bakes in 90 seconds. 90-second keto bread is a popular recipe, but if you've ever tried it before, you might have been disappointed that it tastes like an egg or worse, baking powder. I worked for 2 days in the kitchen making batch after batch of keto bread and finally stumbled upon a recipe that does not taste like an egg or have some strange yellow appearance. It toasts perfectly and gives you that crunch that we've all been missing. And you can make sandwiches out of it. In fact, let's make grilled cheese sandwiches today. Let's use this one today. Joey doesn't share food. Same here, Joey. Now let's get to cooking so I can show you how easy this is to make. In a small bowl, we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of almond flour, 1 tablespoon of unflavored low-carb protein powder, and I'll have my favorite brand listed down below in the description box. This is actually a 0-carb protein powder, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And I know this might seem like a lot of baking powder for 1 serving, but the baking powder is what helps give it that golden brown appearance when we toast our bread. It also helps with the flavor too. These next 2 ingredients are optional. A 1/4 teaspoon of allulose, we add that just for a hint of sweetness, and then 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Now, if you're making like a grilled cheese sandwich, I would actually omit the salt because the cheese is salty enough here, but you can add it if you're just making plain bread or toast. Whisk these dry ingredients together until combined, and then we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of softened butter and 1 egg white. And you can actually use a whole egg here if you want. You're gonna have to omit the heavy cream that we're gonna add at the end, but if you don't wanna use an egg white, just use the whole egg. I went for the egg white just because it gives more of that white bread appearance and not this strange yellow bread. Next, we add 2 teaspoons of sour cream. This is my secret ingredient to help cut out that eggy flavor from 90-second keto bread. And 1 tablespoon of heavy cream. And you can also substitute with nut milk if you prefer. Mix this all together, and then we're gonna pour this into a microwave-safe baking dish. Now, the one I'm using is a square dish. I'll try and have it linked down below for you guys. I actually got this in a meal prep set, but I like it because it's like the perfect sandwich size. It's a square and it looks like sandwich bread. Make sure you spray your dish with cooking spray and then line it with parchment paper. So I've cut out strips of parchment paper and we'll put that right in there. It keeps it from sticking to the sides, but it makes it easier to lift out of your dish when your bread is done baking. Gosh, I seem to get this anywhere except for the dish. It's just one of those days. And then we're gonna bake this in the microwave for 90 seconds at 100% power. And for those of you who think that the microwave is the devil, well, guess what? I have baking instructions for you. So you can bake this in the oven, although it's not gonna be 90-second keto bread, it's gonna be like 9-minute keto bread, but you'll bake it in the oven at 350 degrees for around 9 to 11 minutes. Once it's done, let it cool for about a minute before lifting it out. And I let this cool completely before slicing into it. You wanna slice down the middle with a serrated knife, so you're gonna be left with 2 slices of bread. And look at these air holes. It looks like actual bread. And it toasts up like regular bread too. It's crispy and crunchy on the outside. Let's have a taste. Wow, it's real bread. It's so perfect, and I love that it only takes 90 seconds to bake. Oh my God, this is the best thing since sliced bread. And our carb tracker says that it's only 3 grams of net carbs for 2 slices, so 1.5 net carbs per slice. Now that we know how to make easy keto bread, let's make a grilled cheese sandwich. It's just like making a regular grilled cheese sandwich where you spread butter on one side of each slice of bread. I found it easier to spread the butter when my bread was cooled to room temperature. And your butter is soft, of course. Then add this to a non-stick skillet over medium heat and add a slice of cheddar cheese to each side. Then cover it so the cheese can melt. I might have let this go for a little too long because I got distracted eating my 90-second keto bread with some sugar-free jelly. Chalk Zero came out with a keto jam. I think it's out of stock on their website, but it's really good with my 90-second keto toast. But I also have a recipe on my website for a sugar-free jam, and just click down below, I'll have that for you guys. This looks so good. Now let's taste it. Oh my God. This is what I've been missing. And I didn't have to resort to getting keto bread from the store that's filled with gluten or make an entire loaf of keto bread. I have lots of other portion controlled single serve recipes on my website, like how to make a keto Twinkie for one or a chocolate chip cookie for one. Just click right here to check out that playlist. Perfection. So good.